Hello, everybody. So welcome to Cat and Beats. Anyway, today's video is about correcting audio when you've done an interview or correcting your own audio. And I just want to show you this thing right now. So I'm just going to show you before and after so you know what we're going to get into.
Those kind of atmospheres where hundreds, if not thousands of people are...
Okay, that's without. With?
Those kind of atmospheres where hundreds, if not thousands of people are moshing to some of the stuff that you guys make.
Go in between?
Right. Well, and the other thing is we haven't really experienced that before. So maybe if we were to experience that, then our brains would shift into wanting to make more dance floor type music. But at the moment, we prefer the adventure game approach.
Okay, so it's a world of difference. One was with an okay mic, but it had a lot of plosives and ticks and clicks. One was with a mic where the guy was positioned too far away from his microphone, and that's why the microphone is probably also picking up a lot of noise, and or he had a microphone, the big condenser mic that was just set up way too high. I don't know what kind of mic he used or that kind of stuff, but basically you can hear a lot of noise in the background in this first one. Now, the reason I'm doing is that the guy who was interviewing, named Robert from Bass Gorilla, he asked me to correct the audio and said, hey, why don't you just put this on your YouTube channel, because I'm sure somebody will like it. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, it's a good topic, I guess. So let's just show you guys all the steps you need to take in order to be able to do something like this. And it's quite easy. The first thing that you're going to have to do is correct with EQ. The second thing you're going to have to do is correct with plosives and hums and S's. And so you have to kind of get that stuff out. The third thing we're going to have to do is do a noise cancelling plugin. Get one of those noise cancelling plugins because this is quite noisy. And after that, we need to look at the LUF metering thing, because it's going to go on online platform, and that unfortunately has normalization for audio. So we have to, have a broadcast standard LUFS meter thingamajig going on, which is really interesting. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, stick around. If you're not interested in this kind of stuff, leave a like anyway, because that means like a lot to me. So yay. So let's get this video past 25 views. Anyway, let's get started. So let's get started first with this guy here. And the first thing you do, or I do, is I visually look over on this, audio file, and I check, is it really peaky? Does he have a lot of clicks or things going on? But to be honest, I can only see one, which is this one. This seems like, something happened here. It's clicking, or it's something, or he went or something like that. So that's something where I'm definitely interested in to see what that is. For the rest, I'm also looking how even it is. Is he quieting down? Is he more excited? So he's quite excited here in the interview. This person, he was probably talking over here. And then when the interview was going, further on, he took a more relaxed stance on the track. So that means compression. Okay, so compression to control the volume. The second thing is listen to him, and once you listen to this, you get the noise in the back, so that means denoising.
Like we actually don't let each other know that we're...
And I want to listen to the characteristic of his voice, and his characteristic is this sound.
Like we actually don't let each other know that... Okay, I'm not working on this. All right.
It's a little bit nasal, so we're going to try and cut that out as well. So now that we have a game plan in our head, let's go to an EQ. Of course, my computer says, fuck you. So get an EQ, drop it on here. Boop, just drag and drop. And first thing we do is Corrective EQ. Boom. That's how you spell corrective in my neighborhood. G. So what we're gonna do is get our hand on the knob and move it until you hear a sonic difference in his voice.
Okay.
Don't look at the screen.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished.
Okay, right there. If I go more to the right, it becomes very nasally and it quiets down. If I go more to the left, there's no actual change. So this is around where I would cut it. The second one, which I'll cut, is the number 8 frequency. So let's just get that right. And let's just move it that way.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished. Somewhat finished concept, and like one of us doesn't like it that much, like, or we like ours more. Or a lot of times it's just like, oh, yeah, yours is better. Let's just go with that.
Okay, around there-ish, that's why I'll cut that. And now the third, which is important, is we're gonna have to find out resonances, which is going to be all the words that this guy is saying. Okay, let me explain resonance. As soon as this guy says something in the room is going to resonate. So the sound is going to go off the wall and it resonates. So if you're in the bathroom, you can go like, and then all of a sudden, you know, your bathroom is going to go, it's going to shake with it, you know? So I'm going to look for words where you can hear that it goes like that. Then I know it's a resonant frequency because the word was the, and then the resonant frequency goes da. Okay, so I need to get a frequency that lasts longer than the words. Resonance. Click on the little let me hear it button.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished.
There's one. It just keeps on going and going and going. Let's try another one. Whoop. Beep.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished.
There's another one. Put that cue up a little bit. There we go. The amount you cut, I don't know, not too much, not too little. You know, just have a little feel. Let's continue going.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished. Somewhat finished concept, and like one of us doesn't like it that much, like, or we like ours more.
Let's cut that a little bit as well. I think that's about enough.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished. Somewhat finished concept, and like one of us doesn't like it that much, like, or we like ours more.
Okay, so we kind of are also got rid of a little bit of nasalness there when we cut here at this 1K. These frequencies here, they're always different, by the way. So they're always different. You can also use like de-humming frequency plugins, but that's just, the concept is more important than the plugin right now. All right, let's continue going. And let's get rid of some de-essing. Let's do some de-essing. And I'm going to be using Neutron for this. You can also use any other de-essing plugin, but I'm going to use Neutron because, you know, it's hip. And also Robert, who was here, has this plugin, so we're going to be using it for that reason. We're going to go to dynamic mode, and this is basically a dynamic EQ now, and we can really hone in on some frequencies. If you hold in Alt, you can go like this, and you can listen to frequencies, and we're going to be listening to frequencies between 4,000 and around 8,000, because that's where the S's and the T's and the S's are.
Okay, I'm not working on this. All right, don't bother to let each other know, and then like we'll had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have it finished. Somewhat finished concept, and like one of us doesn't like it that much, like, or we like ours more. Or a lot of times it's just like, oh, yeah, yours is better. Let's just go with that.
Yep. So there. What is that? This is 4,898 hertz. So we'll just click on dynamic.
okay, I'm not working on this, or don't bother to let each other know, and then like had spent hours or maybe days on it, and then have a somewhat finished concept, and like one of us doesn't like.
And with the definition, you kind of only want the S to be taken away. So let's just find a little bit of a better S.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean.
Oh, perfect. He says it's twice.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, it's kind of.
Woo! Did you hear that?
It's kind of.
That is bad.
It's kind of weird because I mean. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put this in there.
It's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah,
let's put another one in.
It's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, it's kind of.
Okay, so now we got rid of some S-ing. So basically what that neutron does is it literally ducks the sound when it goes too fast. Is there any attack and release on this thing? No attack and release. What's the point of having this if I have no attack and release? I'm sure there's an attack and release button. Normally I wouldn't use this, by the way. Normally I wouldn't use this. I would use the dynamic EQ from Ozone 7. Because it has an attack and release on it, and I would put the attack to 0 so that you would really cut that S out ASAP. Like it would be like 8 app like that. It would just be gone. But regardless, we're using neutron. Now, the next part, now that we've corrected the EQ, we've corrected the hums, we've corrected the resonance, we've corrected the bass, the treble, and we've corrected the S's, we're going to be correcting the noising. And this is really a magic plugin. This is where most of the magic happens. If we go to RX 5, good job, and use this dialogue denoise thing. Maybe we can also use denoise by itself. Do we have denoise? Yeah, we do. But let's just use dialogue denoise because the guy's talking, so dialogue denoise does a better job. There's pretty much 2 buttons on this thing, and out of the box, it just works.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, I guess I don't. Yeah.
So it has a really intelligent way of listening to this thing. Normally you would have to do this with a gate, and it's really hard, but this thing is like a gate and an EQ at the same time, and you can put it on auto mode and it learns the noise. You can do that as well. You can just learn this noise. Well, it's learned the noise.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, yeah, it's kind of.
And the noise is gone.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird because I mean, yeah.
So this plugin is available by itself, and I would buy this immediately if you're in post audio production. There's also de-humming things, and this RX5 is just magic. I had to go this extreme with the threshold and reduction because there's so much noise in the background. Now, the next thing that I'm going to get into is let's sweeten his voice. Let's make him more more masculine, add some bass in there. Remember when I cut this frequency here at the bottom, and I was just like, oh, I'm just going to cut that out a little bit. And if I cut it away, it sounds more clean. But, you know, if I cut it too much, then it sounds like there's almost no bass in it. That means that in this area, that's where his sub-bass frequency is. So if I kind of want to warm his voice up, I can boost this area. Let's have a listen to what that would sound like.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, it's...
Now to emphasize this, I'm also going to cut the frequency here. Wait.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah.
So it's definitely getting a little bit better. Let's sweeten his voice a little bit as well. Let's just see what we can do.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean,
let's cut that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean, yeah, it's...
So now if we take everything combined, cut.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean,
I know that the comment is going to be, yeah, it's kind of weird, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, I mean,
so this sounds 1,000 times better already. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to compress. And I'm going to use this compressor only to control the peaks, because there's a couple of little things where it goes above and over, right? So, and it's like a little bit louder there. So turn off the makeup gain, click on RMS mode, click on this part so you can visually see it. Let's put a ratio up a little bit. The attack doesn't have to be too fast. Well, let's make it a little bit fast. Not too much, a little bit. And let's go to this. Let's go to...
Move into it. Add a bunch of old projects in that where they...
Let's go with his exciting voice right here. This is where he's excited. And we'll skip to this part where he's not that excited anymore. Okay, so we're excited.
Individually at first.
Let's put the threshold down.
Individually at first. Yeah, Marty and Max. Yep, they're both brothers. So, yeah, like
let's go over
we
here.
started out. So, I'd say in short, a lot of times you like to make stuff that...
So I don't want to compress this. The compressing basically means turning down the volume. I only want to compress the parts where it really stands out that he's talking quite loud. So that when he's talking more soft, you're not going to notice it. So let's just try this out as well.
Just because there's a lot more space. And
I want it to go puff when I hear that tick. So or whatever that is.
Yeah, I think that's...
and it's level. Boom. So that's nice. So now his voice sounds... pretty sweet, you know. It's not a bad sound and voice, you know, from what we had to what we have now. Compression to control his peaks and things. Let's go over to this sexy bastard and let's check out what he has as a voice. And again, I'll just take you through his settings. I'm not going to do anything else. In his voice, you had these soft parts where his microphone also picked up the Skype conversation. So, gate, noise, neutron for S's.
Mm-hmm.
See, the gate is just soft enough to... the gate is only taking away the noise, not the RX5, and, you know, the same type of dealio here.
Save all the information in the project file, and it actually gives like a save all the information in the project file, and it actually gives like a save all the information in the project file.
So this guy has a great voice, really nice and boomy. So I really wanted to Barry White his voice, so I gave another little boom and a beep over here. So a little bit of a bass thing, a little bit of a treble. Cut out quite a lot of the mid frequencies so that it really is like this hi-fi smiley face EQ.
Save all the information in the project file. save all the information in the project file, save all the information in the project file.
You know, so I think that sounds pretty good. And then he also wanted audio underneath it. So there's a trick for this as well. We're going to sidechain only the mid frequencies, because the mid frequencies is where the voices are the loudest, or at least most understandable. So if we just listen to the interview, and let's click where they're both talking. So let's just take this part. A little bit of both talking there. So we just take this part, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo these things, and you can decide where you can understand the people talking. You understand him here. Nope. Can you understand him here?
This doesn't capture what I want. Okay. This doesn't capture what I want. Okay. This
Okay, so it's
this doesn't capture what I want. Okay. This
kind of, right? Let's try this middle one.
doesn't capture what I
It's
want.
interesting.
Okay.
So give.
This doesn't capture what I
It's
want.
interesting.
Okay.
So give.
This doesn't.
You can definitely hear what's going on in the middle frequency. So this is a little bit of a mind-boggling moment if you're not used to this, but if you understand, well, no. If we, every single time the voices are talking, also the ones in your head, no, but every single time these vocals are talking on this interview, I want the music in this middle frequency to be cut. Okay, so if I say something, this meter has to bounce so that it ducks away information. So if we just go to sounds, and let's get a hip hop beat going on here, construction kits, teardrop, full mix. Let's just drop this in here.
Want to play it at a club or anything. Like, want to. Yeah, we like stuff that makes us, I guess, you know, we all listen to a lot of like rock and roll growing up, or like heavy metal too. And
So you can
so
hear what he's saying, right? This
I'd
is
say
obviously a little bit
sure,
too loud, but you can hear what he's
a
saying.
lot of times we like to make stuff that you could describe as, I guess, the heavy metal of electronic music. We like that, just the vibe that you get from that. But I mean, other times it could be something soft or whatever. I mean, most important at this point is capturing images, and sometimes it's also great if you can make it.
So because I'm cutting away those middle frequencies, and you can set these middle frequencies really specific, by the way, just make sure that you do that for all the multibands then. You can hear the guy talking when the music is playing loud there. So we'll do the same with, where's the full mix one? Here, let's do this as well, because this track's probably going to be a little bit better. Sometimes
It's also great if you can make it so it's friendly on the dance floor, because you can. So I think, you know, when people sit down and they don't have a story or a vision or whatever, that's fine. Like, depends.
So the music doesn't seem like it's ducking the whole time, but it has space to breathe in the low and the high, and that's never going to be disturbing. And yeah, that's how I would go about doing music underneath, because he wanted audio underneath to set the mood. So it's going to be Audeca's audio that's going to be underneath. And to set this up, it's really easy. You just get one multiband. You get one multiband dynamics, put it on interview, you group it, Command G. All right, open this up here. Go Command D, and then you rename Command R, high, mid, low, and then the most important part is that you solo the low, solo the high, the mid, and solo the high, so that when you turn this on and off, it doesn't actually mess with your audio.
Describe as, I guess, the heavy metal of electronic music. We like that, just the vibe that you get from that. But I mean, other times it could be something.
And obviously you can also, use a compressor only in the middle frequency or something like this. Like you have this, and then you can go EQ, and then you can EQ it out there. But I like having more control and being able to see which frequencies, between which frequency spectrum I'm cutting out the most. And you can really hone in on the vocal like this. So that's that. And by the way, the mid is the part that's in between the 2000, in between this. So you can hone in on that. You can try and listen for it. The last parts of this tutorial of post audio type of deal with dialogue is that you need to know metering. You need to understand metering just a tiny little bit. The only metering that you have to understand is, this is going to go to YouTube, I think, not really sure, is that YouTube has a normalization of loudness based on the crest factor. Whatever, forget about what I just said. If you're interested in it, have a Google, because there's tons of articles online. Just Google broadcast LUFS standards and then YouTube. But the integrated loudness units frequency, I don't really know what this stands for exactly, is you need to get to this at around minus 13 LUFS, but I would say get anything between minus 16 to minus 13 LUFS when you play. And if you don't have Isotope Insight, there's lots of plugins with LUFS metering. I don't know all of them by heart, but I use this. Delete this. Don't need that. I don't need this.
Yeah, we like stuff that makes us, I guess, we all listen to a lot of like rock and roll growing up. Or,
So
like,
we're
heavy
about
metal
minus
too.
19 here.
And so I'd say, in short, a lot of times you like to make stuff that you could describe as, I guess, the heavy metal of electronic music. We like that, just the vibe that you get from that.
Let's get his excited
He
moment.
didn't know how to pronounce it back then. And so then he's like, yeah, well.
Perfect. Around minus 13-ish. And that quietest part was around minus 18, minus 16-ish. Perfect. And the way I'm making my loudness is literally with a utility. I'm putting in a limiter after that just in case that I'm not clipping. But I'm already knowing 100% for sure I'm not clipping because I'm at minus 13 LUFS. Whatever. But this was it. So this is how I would do post-production for audio for a YouTube channel. And it's 100% about the vocals and not about any. Take care. I'll show you guys one more before and after, so you have one more understanding of how heavy it is. Ready?
Yeah, we all work in FL.
Right.
And so yeah, usually though what ends up happening is like we just like start a project and on our own, like one of us will, and then we'll probably hit a wall. Sometimes we finish one all by ourselves, but then it's still a collaboration because a lot of times we end up using sounds from like our sound banks, which could have been created from any three of us. Because like that's the other thing, we could just sit there and for however long and just make some sound design and
crazy. Anyway, take care. Much love. If you have questions about this topic, just go ahead. There's much more to post audio work than just this, by the way. And you can go as crazy as you want with this kind of stuff. Taking out every single notch and making all these crazy automations and putting in spatial effects and pachoo! But when it's just a simple job, don't do too much. Keep it simple. And peace out. See you next time.